Welcome back to the podcast, The 4 a.m. Talks. I'm your host, Manoj Velu. You're listening to the 4 a.m. Talks podcast. So, before I just get into this podcast, I wanted to thank you because we always have this dream of getting better every single day, and that is the motive of this podcast as well. People listening from different countries, and if you are consuming this particular content or any of the contents that we post in social media, or it could be any channel, the motive could be one of these: either you are gaining value out of it, or you're just watching it for the entertainment purpose. Whatever it is at that moment, it is serving your purpose. Hopefully, the value that we are trying to give out of this episode, you could take that and try to see and use it to the best of your ability, and position yourself to make sure that you are on that track of achieving your dream. So with this, let's get right into this episode. John Carpenter is, in his college days, he's studying. As he keeps studying, he wants to know more about entrepreneurs. So he understands that his mom is an entrepreneur. She is one of the best, financial investor who is the CEO of a company, and she is doing really well in her aspects of her life. So he goes down to his mom and he asks a question. Mom, you are so successful in professional as well as personal life. How is that you are being able to manage so many things at a time, and you are able to concentrate on each and everything, and most importantly, you are able to give the results in the professional field, and at the personal level you are too sweet, and you are always thinking about the family and everything. So what is that thing that keeps you going? His mom actually felt very happy listening to the question, because she knows that his son is trying to figure something out, and this is the most important questions that he had asked her, and it was the right time to tell him the truth. So she explained to John, like, she had always read this quote and she had kept to herself, which says, you know watch out for your thoughts, it will become your words. Watch out your words, it will become your actions. Watch out your action, it will become your habit. Watch out for your habits, it will be your destiny. So this is what she told to John Carpenter. This is the quote that she believes in and goes fully into it, whether it's professional or personal life. So she went on and said, the root of all that is thoughts. John Carpenter was taken aback. Thoughts? She said, yes. So she went on and said, she read an article, where the National Science Foundation have found out that an average person has 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Out of that, 80% are negative. 80% are negative, and 95% is, rethinking about those thoughts. So first thing is, you are thinking something negative in most cases, which are nothing but your blind imagination. And of course, there is something out of, the negative thing that comes to your mind, and if you process it and if you know how to tackle it, that's a good thing, because you started negative but you ended up something where you can actually figure it out, or you are on that journey to figure it out. So if you think about that, it's an improvement, it's a gradual improvement that you are taking. But if you just think about it and keep cribbing about it, just staying low and down, and you are not talking to anybody, that's not a good thing, because you started out a problem. Like it's a good thing that you addressed an issue that is negative, and if it's really bothering you, and if it's not taking you to a direction where it could solve it, or at least making sure that you are on the track of trying to figure it out, it's not a good thing. And most probably the people who are having these thoughts stay on that particular track and not look out for improvements, and that itself will eliminate most people from achieving their dreams. Let it be personal and professional, everyone will have certain dreams in their professional and personal lives, so that itself eliminates you from getting to that particular track of achieving your dream. So if your thoughts are not right, your words will have an impact which is very negative. And then if you convince yourself that whatever you said is right even though it's not, what will happen is you will put into action. What will happen to that? The action will make you miserable. So if you keep doing those actions time and again, in and out consistently, what will happen? You will be a person where the world wants to forget, because it becomes your habit. And once this becomes your habit, you know that this is your destiny, which is you are not going anywhere. So this is what John's mom made sure to make John understand this very clearly, because she wants him to understand this particular part crystal clear, because she knows that he's gonna go, and one day he is gonna go after his dream or whatever it could be, but she's just making sure that John thinks about this particular statement. So please do remember, thoughts are the root cause of everything that you have. Let's say for example, you start a morning, and you say, what a terrible day it is. Instead you can say, it started out terribly, but what are the things that I can do to make it better? See, you started out a problem which is negative, but you made sure that you understand that you need to solve that problem, because you understood at the core level, at the root level, that staying there will not help you in any way possible. So if you have that kind of mindset to say that, okay, this is the problem that we have, fine, this is negative, this is why I'm feeling negative, and these are the thoughts that are running in my mind, what can I do? So if you ask these questions, and you need to ask questions, that is how you can understand yourself better and the problem, to make sure that you work and make that into a positive and not remain as a negative, because you will be in the same situation or even worse as you keep going at it. So what I feel is thoughts are the main root cause of everything. So this is the thing that people have studied and understood, that this is how to go about it. And John's mom also understood, and she said John that in her personal life she had said that there are many quarrels, and there are many conversations that happened between John's mom and dad, which John's mom didn't agree with, but at the same time she understands that it's for the betterment of the family, and they see the problem and they process it together, and that is why it is. So she says, I'm a part of that, but your dad plays a huge role as well along with you, so our family is going together. So she understands that she's a part of it, and she knows her gameplay very well, meaning she's a team player in the family and not the ultimate goal, like the ultimate decision maker. No, they process it together and come up with a decision. So in business it could be the same thing for you. There could be a number of thoughts that could be coming in. you have to gather all those things and put it into the order that you wanted to put in, and understand each and everything, and then see how better you can understand the the thoughts that were put into by different people in your organization, and come up with a decision. So it has to be, you know it has to be a collective of decisions, because you may not understand few things which are very important, that might be pointed out by someone else in your organization. So all these things are important. She understands that part very well, and that is why she's been able to be that successful in professional and personal life as well. So this made John thinking. John now has to do the homework, which is you as well. You have to do your homework. So what is the homework that I'm trying to give you? You go out there and you take a piece of paper and start writing. What are the thoughts that are running in my mind in a day? What are the things that are dominating my mind to an extent where you are feeling yourself miserable? So if those thoughts are dominating you, you have to write it down, and please keep the priority in the sense where it is dominating you for the most part of your day. So it could be, you can say that this is dominating me for the whole day. Write it down, and understand that whether this is temporary or permanent. So if it is bothering you for quite some time, you need to address that issue. It's very important. And then when you understand that you can actually address that issue and solve that issue, half of the problem is solved right there, because you understood that, okay, so this is what it is troubling me, this is what is causing me to make sure that I'm down and everything. But now I have come to a situation where I can tackle the problem no matter what it is. I want to know what should be done at this time. Can I ask for help from some people, or can I get some books to read about something which can help me out to get rid of that important problem? So you write down the priority, and you make a column saying permanent, temporary, and then you make sure that you address the permanent issues first, because those are the things which are dominating you for the whole part of your day, and it could be months and years. There are few things which cannot be taken out immediately. For example, it could be a loss of your loved ones, which we have seen a lot. But at the same time, you can't be sitting out in that particular position and saying that you are miserable and you're sorry. I know that it's a personal thing. Everyone has different time frames, like time to heal themselves, and it will take some time. I understand that, but I'm just saying that you don't have to be that way. You can be a person that you always wanted to be, because the one whom you lost would wish that you would be yourself. So that is their happiness. So you can think of that and keep that as a motivation, and come back and do your work, whatever you wanted to do. So with that being said, you have to do this. You just write this down and see how your life changes. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.